David was not a construction worker, and the NASB gets the wording. I'm sorry, guys. It's a laugh. Woo! Oh man, this is so funny. The King James camp is ridiculous. Okay, defending this stuff. I mean, how do you do it? All right. 1 Samuel chapter 27, verse 10. The KJV has Achish saying to David, quote, whither have ye, I'm sorry, ye made a road today? And David said, against the south of Judah, end quote. Now, this is over here. David was not a construction worker. And the NASB gets the wording, okay, right. I mean, how many times does the NASB and NIV and other translations have to fix the errors of the King James Version? How many times? Literally hundreds of times, okay? I mean, I don't think that James has this, okay, because maybe he would think it would have been too awkward. But I'm telling you right now, I'm not scared of being awkward a little bit, because the thing is that Martin Luther used to tell the Roman Catholics that your doctrine is like dung. Everybody knows what dung is, okay? It's like dung in plates of silver and gold, okay? In other words, it's like somebody serving a meal to somebody else, and you're putting, instead of you putting meat on it, you're putting dung, animal dung or man's dung or whatever. But that's what Martin Luther used to say, okay? He wasn't afraid of that stuff. So, but this is a wonderful point by James White. Let me just read this again. This is just so funny. This is hilarious stuff. I mean, this is, you can see James has a sense of humor. I didn't know he did. I know he did actually, but this is funny stuff. I mean, 1 Samuel chapter 27 verse 10 says, the King James Version has Achish saying to David, quote, whither has ye made a road today? And David said, against the south of Judah, end quote. Now, James says this. David was not a construction worker. Oh, boy, this... This stuff is funny. And you listening, Greg? Or Brother Philip or whatever? I mean, you know, are you listening? You people at the camp? And and the NASB gets the wording, okay, right, with, quote, where have ye made a raid today? A raid today. The rendering, okay, at Samuel chapter 14 verse 20, okay, certainly defies attempts at rapid reading. Now it says over here, quote, to fetch, okay, to fetch about this form of speech has thy servant Joab done this thing, end quote. Now, compare the much easier NIV, quote, your servant Joab did this to change the present situation, end quote. I mean, come on. Can't even compare the King James Version with the NIV, or, I mean, you can't. It's just so much superior. It's superior, okay? Today's English version is superior. Contemporary English version is superior. This is me, Angelo, speaking over here, because I have to comment on this stuff. All right. Now, if Alpha and Omega wants this out, you know, I understand. I'll take it out, but I hope it edifies some people, especially those who are legally blind that does not have this on tape. That's why I'm doing this stuff, you know. So people who are totally blind who don't have access to this book can actually listen to it on YouTube and stuff like that. It's good for the blind people, the blind culture, But it's good for sighted people too, to kind of listen to this stuff. Okay, and amusing. Check this out. And James even says this is amusing. Okay, this stuff is funny. Okay, this is amusing. Now, if you don't believe me, all right, go to page 294. All right, in the second paragraph, James says, an amusing example is found in the description of the giant Goliath. The giant Goliath in 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 6. The King James Version says, quote, and he, had greaves of brass, all right, upon his legs, and a target of brass between his shoulders, end quote. Now, James says, why a mighty soldier, would have a target of brass, between his shoulders, is a mystery until one learns that the King James Version's target, end quote, actually refers to a javelin. Hence, the NASB says, it's not like Goliath was walking out with a bullseye on his, whatever, Oh, this stuff is ridiculous, guys. Come on. Oh, this is funny. It's hilarious. Hence, the NASB's rendering. How many times the NASB and NIV has to correct the King James? How many times? Quote, a bronze javelin. Look at that. Not target. This is not target practicing that he was trying to help David with, Goliath didn't walk with a big bullseye on target, What is it, target practice? What, he walked with a dartboard? What is it? Oh, man. Oh, okay. I have to hold myself. I hold my seat, Put on my seatbelts. Quote. This is from the NASB, Quote. A bronze javelin, all right, slung between his shoulders, end quote. There you go. Even more, humorous. I'm laughing with James. I'm having a good time. You know what I'm saying? Let bygones be bygones, and let's laugh together. Weep with those who weep and rejoice with those who rejoice. I'm rejoicing with James, Let's just face it. It says over here, even more humorous, says James White, I can't wait to see something more funnier than this. I just don't know. It says even more humorous, is Song of Songs, Chapter 2, verse 12. Quote, I can't wait to see it. The flowers, appear. The flowers appear on the earth. It says the time of the singing of birds is come. And the voice, of the turtle is heard in our land, end quote. Turtles are not known for their voices, You King James only marshmallow campers, I don't know. I just... Oh, Riplinger. Oh, I feel sorry for her, I really do. I do. You have to love her. I don't know. 70 times 7. Okay. And how these connect with flowers and singing birds is unknown. Of course. it says the passage is not referring to turtles, okay, at all. But, okay, to the turtle dove, as the modern translations recognize. Look at it. Oh, modern translations are this, and that. And we're stuck with turtles, okay, with the King James. But no, the NIV and NASB, you know, correct these translations of the King James version. We're not. I heard somebody, okay, that I recorded off of the internet, somebody from underground ministry, whatever it is, and he's saying that I choose to stick with the King James. Okay, go ahead. Stick with the King James all you want, okay? Go and make believe that turtles can sing. Go ahead, not me. All right? I mean, this stuff is humorous. I mean, James said it twice. He said it in paragraph 2, okay? Really paragraph, full paragraph 1. But paragraph 2, he says, an amusing example. And then you go to the next paragraph, and he has even more humorous. I mean, this stuff is funny. Listen, okay? Turtles? No, it's turtle doves. Turtle dove, as the modern translations recognize, of course. And the King James Version is an absolutely wonderful translation. It's one of the best ever made, but there are better ones. Ha-ha! There you go. Point blank. There are better ones out there. You stick with your turtles all you want, okay? Turtles can't talk. I never heard a turtle talk in my life, okay? Now, it's not turtles, turtle dove. There you go. Get your turtles right. Please, will ya? Pretty please? With a little cherry on top, will ya? Oh, could ya? Okay. We love the King James, but still we have to point these things out. Out. We do. And we did. Anyway, let's return to text. And one cannot, all right, help smiling. Look at you. James is smiling, okay? I mean, when James was writing this stuff in his computer, okay, like he said he did in the earlier portion of this book, all right? I mean, the guy was smiling, okay? Let's just face it, folks. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that guy was smiling. I mean, he was smiling at this foolishness of he's saying, look at it. Look. I mean, am I lying or not? Am I the only one laughing? Am I the only one laughing, okay? And one cannot, okay, help smiling at the KJV rendering of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 14. I mean, he couldn't help smiling. I mean, literally, I could see the teeth now in James. He's smiling from ear to ear, just like I'm doing, all right? I mean, we can't help smiling at this stuff because we know, I mean, if you know any Greek or anything at all, I don't care. You know this stuff is just so foolish from the King James. And the King James, again, is a wonderful translation of the Bible, wonderful, but it's not number one anymore. I'll tell you that right now. Now let's go back to the text, okay, and see what James is smiling about, okay? Our dear brother, we love James, but let's smile with him. Let's smile along. Let's everybody get along. Let's smile, smile, smile. All right? Greg, are you out there? Smile, smile. Okay, Philip? If you're out there, Philip, go ahead and smile. Okay? Riplinger, are you out there? Go and smile at your teachings. Okay? David was not a construction worker. And the NASB gets the wording, okay, right. I mean, how many times does the NASB and NIV and other translations have to fix the errors of the King James Version? How many times? Literally hundreds of times, okay? I mean, I don't think that James has this, okay? Because maybe he would think it would have been too awkward. But I'm telling you right now, I'm not scared of being awkward a little bit because the thing is that Martin Luther, used to tell David was not a construction worker, and the NASB gets the wording. I'm sorry, guys. It's a laugh. Woo! Oh man, this is so funny. The King James camp is ridiculous. Okay, the Roman Catholics say your doctrine is like dung. Everybody knows what dung is. Okay, it's like dung in plates of silver and gold. Okay. In other words, it's like somebody serving a meal to somebody else, and you're putting, instead of you putting meat on it, you're putting dung, animal dung or man's dung or whatever. But that's what Martin Luther used to say. Okay, he wasn't afraid of that stuff. So, but this is a wonderful point by James White. Let me just read this again. This is just so funny. This is hilarious stuff. I mean, this is, you can see James has a sense of humor. I didn't know he did. I know he did actually, but this is funny stuff. I mean, 1 Samuel chapter 27 verse 10 says, the King James Version has Achish saying to David, quote, whither has ye made a road today? And David said, against the south of Judah, end quote. Now, James says this. David was not a construction worker. Defending this stuff. I mean, how do you do it? All right. 1 Samuel chapter 27 verse 10. The KJV has Achish saying to David, quote, whither have ye made a road today? And David said, against the south of Judah, end quote. Now, this is over here. David was